Me and Kamora were like, they don't have to win. What school do you go to? I want to go back.
The public school in our neighborhood is not gonna happen.
Yeah, I know.
A trans bi kid at the public school in Russellville will not go.
Oh yeah.
They will lynch you, Sarah.
I know. Nothing to think about. My friends only have like 2 of them.
And that's just being.
These people really like taking photos. I'm gonna be in the.
They're probably photojournalists.
You have a very colorful group with you.
Oh yes. Yes.
Very
One
cool.
time I got into this because I was being gay. Nice.
That doesn't make fashion sense. I need to like.
That gay stuff. And then all of a sudden this photographer.
I love the suspenders.
Oh yeah. I saw y'all walking through. I was with this guy
I'm admiring Maya and everything that's going there. Look at Maya. Yes, Maya is fabulous. I did. It was actually more video. You're a fashion star. You're modeling. I love the flags. I wish I could afford one, but Sarah wanted to buy one.
Well, my dad had this one last year.
Yeah.
Hey, my child nutrition. This is what this water bottle is made of.
Child nutrition.
Do you know how many of those are in lost and found? Going fast, racing fast. He's racing on his bike. Literally. Oh, he's finally healing.
Yes.
What are we gonna do? What are we I don't know what we're gonna do. Oh, look, all the bees. Wait, is that a glaive?
No.
No, it's the time.
That's funny.
Let's go to the summer like game. Oh God, my safety guys.
Sarah.
I am Matthew.
The other Matthew.
Okay,
Matthew.
other Matthew.
Are you all the way by there? Oh, there's Tina. Tina, you want to come up here?
Well, your dad's right there, so he knows we got you.
What are we gonna do to
I think they're going to take a picture, number 1, try to get everybody in, and they're going to I guess the importance of being here.
If you keep coming this way, we got plenty of room on the other side of City Hall.
Ooh, let's go.
Yeah, stay here. Nice try, Sarah. So, look. All these people. Yeah.
Protesting about being gay.
No, the fairness ordinance. Because people like me can get evicted. And I was evicted. I was homeless for half a year. And there was nothing I could do about it because it was legal.
Keep coming, there's plenty of room. on this side of City Hall.
I know they'll start doing the views to do
I will punch.
Yeah, they're up here with
Still got people filing in a little bit.
How y'all doing, Bowling Green Pride? I'm feeling the pride too. It's a fabulous day, and it is not over yet. Thank you for coming down here to City Hall, because we know that until we pass a fairness ordinance in our beautiful city, pride is still protest, isn't it? We got some folks here today that are going to tell you about the work they've done to move the equality forward and make sure that y'all really does mean all. So I want to introduce you all. If you haven't had a chance to talk to them yet, you've missed out. I know they'll want to talk to you tonight at the drag show. We are honored to have two heroes with us today. How many people have heard of marriage equality? How many of you have been able to use marriage equality to marry who you love, because love is love? How many of you? Hands out there. If you got married after 2015 in Kentucky, then you need to thank these two people that are standing to my side. Our first speakers today are Greg Burke and Michael De Leon. They are two of the plaintiffs from the marriage equality case that went all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and they fought for years. For years. They proved that you can resist oppression and you can persist in the face of it, because they know that love is love. And they're going to tell you their story. So please help me welcome two of my heroes, two Kentucky heroes, two American heroes, two queer heroes. Let's give it up for Greg.
What do we want?
Fairness!
When do we want it?
Now!
Exactly. Here we are, 2019 on October 5th, right?
Yes.
October 5th. And Greg and I were talking on the way down here. You know, Louisville just celebrated 20 years of fairness this summer. And we just got our 14th city in Woodford County in Versailles, Kentucky. And we're ready for Bowling Green to have a fairness ordinance. You know, we're big fans of, this is our third pride. We're big fans of Bowling Green. We're big fans of Patty Minter, Representative Patty Minter. So, there are a lot of people like us across the state, especially in Louisville, who are really cheering Bowling Green on. I mean, you have a lot of support on social media, especially. Every time, you know, the vote comes and then, you know, it doesn't happen. There's a lot of disappointed people, mostly, you know, just like yourselves, where, you know, it's time for Bowling Green to have a pride ordinance. You know, we did win our marriage equality in 2015, and like to quote Chris Hartman, married on Saturday. In most places in Kentucky, you can be fired on Monday. So we don't, in short of a statewide fairness ordinance, we're having to do what we do, pass one city at a time. So we're really hoping that Bowling Green gets there. And this is a wonderful city, third largest city in Kentucky, and there really is no reason why we shouldn't have a fairness ordinance here. And we're behind you, and the state is behind you.
So I just wanted to add what Michael said about petty dinners and Representative Nash here. It's like these are the people who are leading you forward in the city of Bowling Green. I hope you appreciate them. We certainly appreciate them and all that they're doing in this city. We're Kentuckians. We've been living here for most of our lives, and this is our state. And I'm telling you, we're not going to give up until every Kentuckian has equal protection. We all have the same rights, every single one of us. So Bowling Green, come on, get with it. I know you all are out there fighting, but it's time, I love coming to Bowling Green, but I look forward to the day when we don't have to come back here and be screaming about freedom and equality. I mean, those are values that all Americans share, and we should have them right now. We shouldn't have to wait for the next vote. It's past time for this. So everybody, please rally together. Find ways to get engaged. Find ways. And oh yeah, if you haven't heard, there's an election coming up in a couple months. Please, everybody, I know you've heard it 1,000 times, get out and vote. That's how we change things. We elect the people who have the same values and believe in the same things that we believe in. So please, support your elected officials, like the ones you see here tonight. Vote for the ones that you know are going to move fairness forward. Thank you.
The story of Bowling Green fairness has a long history. In 1999, I like to say I wrote my first letter to the Human Rights Commission about why we need a fairness ordinance, and I've told this group many times that I very wrongly thought that we could get it done in 1999 because Lexington and Louisville were dead. But finally, after 18 years and many years of trying, we finally found a champion on Bowling Green City Commission who believes, like all of us do, that fairness is simply basic human rights, that everyone should have the right to work where they want to work and live where they want to live and be who they are and not worry about having to deal with any hassle. And we were very grateful in March of 2017 when Commissioner Slim Nash bravely stood up and proposed the fairness ordinance in Bowling Green for the first time. It was a historic moment, and it didn't get a second. So we did not get our vote in. But he did it again. This year, in May of 2019, he once again proposed the fairness ordinance. We got a second from Commissioner Dana Beasley Brown, and we finally got our vote. It didn't go the way we wanted it to, but Commissioner Nash is a Bowling Green hero, and I'm very proud to stand here with him today. Give it up for Commissioner Slim.
Go Slim!
Somebody pop the balloon.
What do we want?
Fairness! Now!
Before I forget, because I promised her I would send regrets from Commissioner Dana Beasley Brown, who would be here today, but more than 6-7 months ago, she arranged for a trip with her family for fall break, and so she apologizes that she's not here today, but she is here with us in spirit. It is long past time for Bowling Green to have a fairness ordinance. And while we've tried a couple of times and we haven't gotten there, my encouragement to you today is to not give up, to not leave town, and to not believe that it's never coming, because I promise you, it is coming. people who control whether or not fairness is passed in Bowling Green are you. It is the people who make the decision at the ballot box as to who gets elected to the city commission. I am honored to be one of the people who gets to vote yes. But I only get to vote yes, and I'll only have 2 others who will vote yes with me if you go to the ballot box and you ensure that you have fairness candidates that are elected come November 2020. I was amazed today when I drove by Circus Square Park and saw how many people were there today. So many more people than the first year and the second year. But I can tell you that if people were not afraid to lose their jobs on Monday by being here today, or if they weren't afraid to be evicted from their apartments tomorrow because they were here today, we would see people for streets, for city street blocks. I believe that, but people are afraid. People are afraid to be outed and to lose what they've worked hard for. Their allies are afraid to come down because they're afraid they will be associated and they will lose what they've worked so hard for. The only way we're going to make it so that the Pride Festival can be as large as it potentially can is by making changes at the ballot box. To me, it is that simple. As a politician, I can tell you, it happens at the ballot box. It happens in between as well. It's about talking to people and engaging in meaningful civil conversation, even when the other people aren't being very meaningful or civil. But we can do it. I can tell you, and I've told this to Patty before, I was not always enlightened as I am today. I was never a bigot, but I was not as enlightened. If I can change and stand on these steps with all of you today, I believe others in the city of Bowling Green can do so as well. I will forever be honored to have been the first commissioner to introduce fairness in Bowling Green. But I want you to know what I did pales in comparison to what you all do every single day, living real, authentic lives. I don't understand the struggle you go through every day because I don't go through that struggle. I empathize with it, but I don't know it. So I've said before, it is somewhat uncomfortable to have people clap for me over this issue because I feel genuinely that I should be clapping for all of you. Please don't give up. No important, meaningful change has ever occurred without a struggle. The struggle will make it so much more rich when we get there. We will get there. Bowling Green will have fairness. When do we want it?
Now!
We want
Yes!
Before we continue, we're together, we can talk on the right side. Before we continue, I want to give up my thanks to the hardest working drag queens in the world. They're doing incredible work today. My feet are sore from marching, and I'm not doing it in 6-inch heels, so thank you. Thank you all for the fabulous show today and the fabulous show you're going to put on this evening. We're so grateful. I'm going to thank you tonight, but I also want to thank DJ Tim Lake, who has kept this party jumping all day. Can we give it up for him? But most of all, I want to give it up for you. Commissioner Nash is absolutely right. That one of these days, and it won't be long, when we pass a fairness ordinance, we are going to have so many people, we are probably going to have to find a new venue. And isn't that the most fabulous problem to have? I had some thoughts about that, what that would look like. I'm so grateful to you all for being here today. With your presence, you have stood up and you have showed up for yourselves, for people you will never know, for people who don't feel that they can be here today. And by being here right now for this march, you know that pride is indeed protest. 50 years ago, this is the 50th anniversary of Stonewall. We stand here and we honor people like Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, trans women of color who put it all on the line because they just couldn't take it anymore. And Stonewall was not a street party, it was a protest. And